Well, good evening, everybody. Yeah, old Staff Sergeant Jones, United States Marine Corps. Kilo Company 33 coming at you strong. With the truth and some personal comments that I know you just can't wait to hear. Anyway, you notice I got my Marine Corps cover on. Get that adjusted right. I got my Marine Corps cover on. And that means I'm up to business here. You know, I tell you what. Yes, I'm a God-fearing man. I love my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I preach the gospel. I do. And I tell you what, sometimes Satan walks on the wrong side of me, and I let him know what time it is. Well, this old Marine here, well, he feels the same way. These people who's supposed to be out for the best of the United States are walking on the wrong side of being a conservative and what's right for American people. And that irritates me. Joe Biden, and it's a proved fact, and everybody knows it. People watching this, you know it. His administration, everybody that he put in there on his whole staff, you really had to question their capability of loving America the way they should be. Now, these people that he put in there, some are dishonest, joke, if you will. Some of them would know the truth and smack them in the face. Some of them need to be thrown underneath the jail. And that's just put it politely. I dare say that everyone in his administration, including him, needs to go for a psych evaluation and also be having a run a urinalysis test on if they're on drugs. Because they got to be on something. So their actions speak louder than words. You can say that you love America and this for your constituency and all this other stuff. But your action speaks louder than that. And you got people been up there that's been up for too long. They're a joke. But see, the joke's on the American people. Because these people are making positive procedures that govern us every day, our lifestyle, our well-being. Oh yeah. Every facet of our life, they will control it. They try to take more control from the states. And the federal government try to say, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I like this Florida governor, he tells Joe Biden, hey, don't tell me what I can do, what I can't do. Well, my state can do what I can't do. That is what a leader is. I wish we had more people like the Florida governor and some other governors, like the governor of Texas, who's taking a stand to protect his people, even though Joe Biden and the administration is illegally now letting these people come across the border. They're breaking the law. Joe Biden broke the law. But who's holding his feet to the fire? So think about that. This, all these big celebration they had, the teenagers, this new thing that they got going out, the Juneteenth, mass killing, mass shooting in D.C. itself. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't all this new gun laws are supposed to stop all this mass killing? I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. But yet, I said this before, they turned around and said, oh, wait a minute, there's going to be more mass killing, there's going to be more of this, and there's going to be more hatred going on, and more racial tensions, and there's going to be more killings. But before that's say by doing these new gun laws, it's going to stop it. Now that's a fact of what they're trying to tell you is they're lying. They lied, and we said this is going to control the mass killings. And they're going to talk about holding these gun companies to where you can sue them or whatever the case may be, more legal against people who own guns or sell guns. But yet they're letting all that stuff come across the border. See, all these people come across the border, these criminals are going to sell these guns and they're not worried about going to jail. First, you've got to have a government that's going to enforce the laws. And we know how good this Democrat Party is on doing that. Now, they want to lock up all these people for January 6th, but all these Black Lives Matter and snappers out here going up down throughout America, killing, burning, looting, and everything else. They're out there running scot-free. Even these news people that was on that show, I forget this clown's name, his people went there to D.C. and the Capitol building, run around all that place, and they locked him up. But they didn't put him in the same kind of jail that they put the January 6 people in. So they don't want to talk about that. The people they locked up on January 6 were treated worse than what they were down in Gitmo, terrorists. Americans treated worse. Insurrectionists. And that's a bunch of crap. They know it is. What about these people out here burning down these Black Lives Matter ready to take over government buildings and stuff like that? Nah. Double standards. Teenagers killed. Here's a good one. Now let me show you what Joe Biden's going to do. He's going to try to help relieve the stress and the poverty and the money and all this stuff on the American people. He's going to try to score votes with the American people. He's going to consider cutting the U.S. tariff on billions of dollars worth of Chinese-made products from the United States. Going to cut the tariff. Now, that's supposed to help us, right? Hello? That means the United States is paying more than what China is. There's where Donald Trump had to put the tariff on them, where they pay more of their fair share to help the American people in our economy. But yet, now, this is what Joe's going to do. He's going to help the American people by giving China, his old comrades, a better deal. Oh, what about that? Did everybody stop thinking about that? This is the thing that right now, what all he's done, he left the tariff on a lot of products that China's made. America's lost more jobs. Not only cut the top line at $10,000 jobs then, but American people lost jobs when he left the tariff on a lot of products that came out of China. He brought their economy back online better than what it was in the United States. He robbed America to take care of China. He really cares about the health of the American people, because what he's doing is his declaration of American emergency. The shield doctors from legal liability for treating patients and other states for they are not licensed. You got some quack out there in California that does all kinds of crazy stuff. Moves down to Florida, Tennessee, wherever. A quack goes in there, subject to kill somebody, people, a family member, a husband who's the breadwinner of the family, but yet that doctor cannot be legally accountable for it. Now that really cares about the American people, don't you think? Now this is a clown that we got in the office today trying to make policies and procedures supposed to be taking care of American people. Oh yeah, but that's the same fool that's opened up the border. They did a poll. Is Donald Trump guilty of conspiracy to overthrow the government? 19.1% says yes. 89.9% said no. Food for thought. The open attack on conservatives and this, we got voted into the House of Representatives. Lauren Boebert. The Democrat and their cronies, they got all this high dollar business and their pack, you know. Accused her of being a prostitute. Accused her of having so many abortions. She said, guess what? You don't go get her free right here, we're going to sue you. That is the kind of stuff they're coming out. I guess a lot of the GOP candidates are running. They're digging all the hash of trash. And they don't care if it's the truth or lie. 95% of it's lies. Trying to control the elections. Trying to bring discredit to those individuals. But yet, the ones that got in office right now, as crooked as a barrel of fish hooks, doing everything to tear America down. And these supposed to be upstanding right citizens who care for the American people and their constituents? No. You got the bozo in charge of the House that sat over 2 months on a bill that protected Supreme Court judges because she didn't like the way they did it. No, we ain't going to bring it before the House. Now, some changes need to be made. Not one person should have control what comes from the House floor or the Senate floor for a vote for the benefit of the American people. Let the bill stand on its own merit. But no, we're going to make them pay because we want them to vote the way we want about this abortions. Now, Schumer just an idiot that called out these justices to put the lives in danger, and he still is walking around scot-free, and nothing's been done about it. We got organizations who are taking care of young women and giving them prenatal care and everything like that. The ones that decide to keep their babies. You got this pro-life. The women's in charge of their body, whatever. We're just going to try to kill everybody we can. Going out and burning and looting these places that are out there to take care of young women who decide to have a baby. Or they give it for the adoption or whatever. Pelosi, she don't condemn that. She don't condemn them right in the justice's house, bringing them to put the families in harm's way. No. I wish there'd be a whole group of those people riding, go at her front door and start riding at her house and doing all kinds of hate and discontent. But you see all kind of law enforcement come out of the woodwork to protect her. They want to do our Supreme Court justices. And why is it? They're not going after the Democrats on the justices on the Supreme Court. They're going after the Republicans. Supposedly, the FBI is looking at Hunter again, which that's a joke. They're not going to do another with Hunter. They might pull him up in the, Pelosi might pull him up in the House and give him a special award or something, an American flag or something, and tell what a great guy he is. He was illegal trying to buy a gun and operate a gun by lying on the form it is to be able to get one legally. Lied. He even got in touch and enrolled with his sister-in-law, who he had a ongoing affair with after his brother died, because she come out and told him some of the crap he was pulling. But yet, now the FBI is looking into this. Now, gradually, he can spend so many years in prison and being fined up so many thousands of dollars. But that's not going to go nowhere. To show you how underhanded and crooked this administration is. In 1941, the Lake City Ammunition Factory, which is owned by the federal government, made ammo for the Army and Department of Defense. Winchester Corporation operates it, and they sell any and all excess ammo out to the public. Now, this ammunition factory belongs to the government, to we the people. But Joe Biden's thinking about stopping the sale of ammo that's produced there to the American people. Another way of trying to enforce his agenda, the socialist agenda. Oh, we come up with another bit. Oh, you're going to love this one. This is going to save you so much money at the pump that you're going to jump for joy. You'd be willing to want to go out and praise, sing the praises of Joe Biden to the high heavens. Joe Biden is considering a federal holiday on taxes per gallon. On each gallon, it's going to save Americans 18.4 cents. Now, yes, that's a savings. And if you look over, you feel your tank, yes, it's a savings. But my God, what's the difference in this price that we got now and then what price we had when Donald Trump was president? A lot of difference there. It's a war on, they have a war on our freedom of speech. They have a war on our rights to carry arms. And they have a war on fossil fuels. And that is the reason why AOC, that glorious dummy of the Democrat Party, cooked that up and got the backing of Bernie Sanders and other idiots. And of course, Joe Biden is going to buy right into it because he's an idiot. But the war on that is not going to help the American people to the extent that need to be helped. It's not going to open up for more food to be produce and put on the market into our stores. It's not going to help with really the transportation to get it there. Not really. Because the difference in that gas price is not going to be enough to make a difference when it comes to the consumer and what products you buy. The fact of the matter is, even that portion is supposed to help China. Now, I remember pumping gas for 25 cents and 35 cents. And this is when I came back from Vietnam and worked for a Pilot Oil Station in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's right. So what happened? You had a president that pushed for the gas companies to become a part of Wall Street. And all at once, the gas prices skyrocketed. There was no oil company that had any competition with the other. There was no gas wars that they would take and run gas for cheap for the business. We make more fuel now, more fuel is made. But because it's controlled by Washington, D.C. and the commodities, and you got investors in it, and they got to have their certain amount of returns. Now, Joe Biden sent a letter out to these oil companies criticizing for how much money they make selling their oil and their gas. Even though they pay their people a salary, they got overheads just like anything else does. Their stockholders are looking for a certain return on their money, which is the American way. But the fact of the matter is, he wants to criticize them, say that they're making too much money when he's tied the hands on the federal lands that they know they got oil that they can refine and go after it. Have a pipeline that's dead bone dry, but yet he wants to criticize the oil companies for all the hazard tracks that he's put on them, that they still have to make a certain amount of money to stay in business. Now, I'll grant you, yes, I think they could lower the prices, yes. I think the ratio of how much they should make of each other gallon of gas, I think it had to be dropped, yes. But you don't take and criticize the oil companies when you stop the production of the oil to be refined. Well, here's a good nice piece. Kids that are homeschooled, they miss out on an opportunity to be called gay and a communist. A boy was asked at a spelling bee contest, asked the definition of a woman. A spelling bee. Asked not the spelling, but what is the definition? Here's a joke. Time Traveler came back from the days of Noah. He decided to go back to the ark, on the ark and get on back on the boat. He said, these people are crazy. Oh, the mayor of San Francisco is happy to report that human poop crap left by street people are less now because the shortage of food. Wow. So what let's do is we'll start more people so they don't have to clean up the crap off the street. Okay. It came out about Comey and this FBI and all the crap they pulled on for Hillary Clinton and the Democrat Party on Donald Trump. He had a 8-page report that he went and briefly in security to the Democrat Obama and key members of his administration, including House leaders. Oh boy, ain't that fun? We don't talk about transparency up all across the board. If you look at the transparency you got now and what you had when Donald Trump was president, the difference is day on night. This page report came from, all this work came from Lisa Page. You know how sweet she was. Matter of a joke here. The death toll from January 6th is skyrocketing. As the hearing and the viewers die with boredom. We all know what this hearing's all about. It's trying to discredit, tear a man down completely who really truly American, cares and loves America, loves American people, a whole lot more than what we got up there now. Do everything they can to keep him from being able to run for president of the United States. Not only was it bad enough they stole his election, but not only bad enough the way they treated him for the 4 years he was in office, and everything they did against him, and spent all the millions of dollars of American taxpayers' money. And you got idiots like Smith up there, who's a disgrace. He should be marked as a man of our country and deported along with Pelosi and the rest of those other fools who drug up his trash. Oh yeah. Schiller, Nader, oh yeah. The whole lot of them should be brought before treason. These people are above the law, but see, nothing's going to happen. Because if you're a Democrat and you break the law, you're not going to spend no time in prison. In fact, they're going to give you a pay raise, pat you on the butt until you go out and do some more. President signed an executive order promoting transgender surgery for people and kids. There in the event Biden went on to boast again the record number of gay and transgenders placed at every single level of government. I think we have the LGBTQ people, the administration for every administration, go declare adding that pride is back in the White House. Now that's a joke. That is a joke. And also, writes this executive order on which calls the Department of Health and Human Services to ensure minors can receive gender transition themselves. Department of Health and Human Services. He said, hey, you go ahead and help these kids. Make no difference what the parents want. You help them get a change in their gender. You know what happened? They took the school lunch program money to help fund it. Yes, help fund it. Right, the Attorney General from some state puts him in the crosshairs about this. In a letter there by Tennessee Attorney General Hubert H. Slater III criticized the USDA new policy using hungry children as human shields for a policy dispute that violates the basic decency. Violates it. Money that's going to feed kids. So a child sitting there with a hungry stomach said, no, you don't need the food. This kid needs a sex change. Now this is what your Democrat Party is pushing. This is what this idiot up there in Washington, D.C. and his cronies up there that he handpicked is pushing on the American people. But yet we as American people, taxpayers' dollars, we're supposed to say, okay, you can use whatever we make to do that with. I don't want my tax dollars to go for that. That goes against the principal things I believe. Our Supreme Court took another stand on abortion. They come up and will make it all illegally. They're really working on that. They went 4 years to change it because they changed the judges in the state Supreme Court. Joe Biden. Joe D.A. Biden. Joe Dumbass Biden. Remember, he said this. Remember, when the amendment was passed, they didn't say anybody can own a gun of any kind or any kind of weapon. He said you could not buy a cannon when this amendment was passed. And so nobody with the money should be able to buy either certain assault weapons or any other kind of weapons issued. I beg the difference. If I want to build me a cannon, I can build a cannon. I can buy a cannon. Now what I do with it is illegal, one way or another, if I use it for something wrong. I mean, this is kind of idiot. And he said that the Second Amendment was not, that was absolute. For sure. The real thing. Yeah, I did what's the real thing. He's an idiot. He's an idiot and needs to be put in a home somewhere. He needs to be put in a padded cell somewhere. But yet, these gun laws are supposed to stop all these mass killings. But how can you enforce a law when you want to defund the law? Right. Everything is due to distract us from the real issues. I've never in my entire life seen such a crooked government. When you have one party that's in control, then you got a one party government that can do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it. With no check and balance, the laws that they don't pass, or the laws they don't follow, or the executive orders they come up with that's totally against the Constitution. Who holds their feet to the fire? Who enforces them to follow the letter of the law? That's a joke. They took the whole radical thought we're going to show you who's in control. We have the power now, so we're going to make you do what we want you to do. Don't make no difference what the Constitution says. That's just a blank piece of paper. We don't even worry about the Constitution. The Democrat wants to take Joe Biden and the Democrat Party wants to take the Constitution and use it as shit paper to wipe their ass on. That's the fact. Well, that's a little harsh, ain't it? The very people that are trying to keep this America free and safe is you got Joe Biden, his crooked administration, criticizing, tying our hands even more to do the job to keep America safe. What would happen if every Border Patrol officer was calling sick? Didn't show up. What about that? Where nothing is done, no control, no amount of control on the border. The people coming in, or whatever, they just turn loose to go crazy. What about that? Right now, our governors on the border is doing, well, some of them doing everything they can. Like Texas. In other words, I think they need to step up, follow suit. If the federal government is not going to secure the border, then you do it. You protect your people who live there in your state, and in the process, help protect the rest of us. We cannot survive as a nation. Well, it's going to be hard for us to survive as a nation under the leadership we got now. Folks, I'm telling you, get out and vote, please. That really, truly, because that is hopefully will balance it out. Because I tell you right now, if you don't, it's going to get worse. Right now, more American citizens are going to die. The way the things are going on. There's going to be more killings. People robbed more. More people will get hurt. but just because on the economy itself, just the fact of trying to make ends meet. I said it before, people now are loading up their credit cards to buy gas, to buy food. They can't get what they got to take care of. What happens when the credit card, they can't get no more credit? What happens when they can't pay for that credit card payment? What then? Well, there's no avenue for them to get the things they need. What will they do? You better be going to be more robbing food. People are going to get robbed, push the groceries out to the car to load them up. You're going to have a family member armed and dangerous to protect your food, and the one that's carrying it. I said this before. When you go in and fill up your tank at the gas station, you got some fool sitting there on the other side of the pump, go and put a gun in your face and say, "Listen, you click here first." I might click, but I'll click. When I get my hands on my weapon, I'm going to click. And when I click boom, it's going to make a sound. And that's what's going to happen. The lives, and it's going to be in jeopardy. Because what? You got an administration that's got a war on fossil fuel, that's power hungry, that's in cahoots, and a comrade of the Chinese country. Yeah, I would believe it. Joe Biden's one of the best comrades they got. You look at what he's doing for them and building up their economy. Look what he's doing to ours. When you cut the tariff off the other country, you put more on your own people. But yet, that's what's supposed to hyperinflation in the economy. So now we stopped today and got about to eat. I don't know what country, or she's been American all along. I don't know. Hispanic young lady. Now, she might have been born here in America, or she might be here. Family come over and might be illegally or whatever. But I know this girl working. She worked awful hard. She was staying busy. That impressed me to see her working as hard as she did. Now, you got some lazy ass Americans that won't get off their ass and go to work because Joe Biden's making sure he's going to get more money at home than they do go out and work. But yet, you want to talk about the unemployment and everything like that. When you got an idiot stands there and tells you that all this stuff is going on, it's not his fault. He wants to point and blame other people. Just like I said that the gas prices was because of this epidemic, and also with Russia and invading Ukraine. Past Secretary come out and say that over national TV. Lie. Everybody knows when the gas prices start going up. When Joe Biden closed the pipeline down. Put all these regulations on the gas people, on these gas companies. But that's a serious problem, people. So you need to read and study our Bibles and trust in the Lord. He'll get us through it. But even meanwhile, he expects us not to be foolish and plan accordingly. To protect your family. It's going to show you one more thing. You cannot trust the government. The question is, who can you trust? Who is we as American people, God-fearing people who believe in the Lord? Who can we trust? We go back to the source, the Lord Jesus Christ. He's all we can trust and pray. He's going to get us through it. But he tells us to be careful. Watch where you step. Watch where you let through your front door. The Lord said, I'll never leave you and forsake you. He's not going to do that. He's not going to leave us. What I tell you is things is a research that came off the news. It's out there. And you got Democrats, they don't hear it because they don't read it. They don't go to the news sources to get it. But I tell you what, we're going to have to stand firm for our kids and their kids. For later on down the road, if they were able to go out to a church or to pray to their God or whatever, to study their Bible. Because I got news for you, it's in jeopardy. With that, God bless you. I'm going to try to do another video on God, on the Bible. The reason why I just looked at this, came across, and I said, hey, this is something that's just got to be discussed. But I want to get back into scriptures and do more scripture, more Bible that I really enjoy doing to enlighten and encourage you. So next time, God bless you. I'm praying for you and your family. I hope you enjoy this video. Oh, by the way, I love you.